We welcome Senator Michael McLendon. He hails from DeSoto County, represents District 1, serves as the chair of the State Library Committee and the vice chair of the Senate Insurance Committee. Senator, thanks for coming on. Appreciate you taking a little time to call in and give us an update from the Capitol.
Thank you for having me, Gerard, and hello to you, hello to all of Mississippi and DeSoto County back home.
Yes, sir.
A little chilly and a little icy.
Absolutely. So what's the latest? We understand now that the Senate, the House, in the special session are taking up these measures that would approve this EV battery manufacturing plant in Marshall County, adjacent there, right, to DeSoto County. And then we, of course, have this incentive package as well. So give us an update where we are.
Well, we passed both appropriations bills out of the Senate this morning. Started with the Appropriations Committee, then went to the Senate floor and passed there. So our work is done. That step one, and it goes to the House and their Ways and Means portion of the bill, which will have really more of the nuts and bolts of how this thing will operate, will come over to us this afternoon at 1:30.
Okay. So what do you think? Do you have some concerns overall, or is something still bothering you, or where do you stand on it?
Well, you and I talked yesterday, and there's always concerns with any big money project that deals with our citizens' tax dollars.
Sure.
But if this is not a huge win for Mississippi, there won't be any. This helps the entire northern region of Mississippi, not just Marshall County, but Benton, which is sometimes lost in the shuffle. But Benton stands to gain a lot of new residents, and they'll get some commercial stuff out of this. Of course, Marshall County is going to benefit greatly, but DeSoto, prices in the Lewisburg, Center Hill, Olive Branch, all the western portions of DeSoto just went up because of this. 2,000 employees, and when you have the state's #1 school district, people want their kids to go to a good school, and there's no better than DeSoto County. So it's a win for everyone. I mean, down in Panola, Lafayette, Union County, Lee, we're all tickled to have such a project come our way.
Okay. So was there any discussion that occurred today? You and I talked about some of the discussion yesterday in the Senate. Anything that came up today that was kind of new that's worth knowing about?
No, not really. There is some foreign investment in this, but we also have investment by two large American companies. So with that being said, any company that comes from outside the United States is vetted by FBI and all the channels.
Right.
So before any of that even sets in motion, they will have to put their stamp of approval on it. So we're in safe hands. The impact that this will make and the jobs, the dollar amount that they're going to be making is going to be a huge windfall, not only for Mississippi, but for Tennessee as well.
Yeah.
And just open farmland that has been there for all this time, to have roads, water, sewer going to some of these areas. Marshall County is looking to be the next DeSoto, honestly. We get their school situation pointed in the right direction, which DeSoto County is more than willing to help with that. It's just a huge plus for the state, and all that were involved should be congratulated.
Were you satisfied, Senator McLendon, with the clawback provisions that I believe were crafted by the Mississippi Development Authority? Did you have a chance to review those? I know they presented that yesterday. Are you satisfied with that?
They did, and we haven't gotten into those greatly yet. We mostly got into appropriation side on our side, so
okay.
that will be looked at more this afternoon.
Okay.
Right now, the House will have that, but if our experts at Mississippi Development Authority are good with it, I mean, we've got the best people that is out there doing this.
Yeah.
If they're satisfied, if the governor's satisfied, I believe we all should be good with it.
Okay. Well, I think the governor's...
But yes, we will be looking at that a little bit later on.
Okay. All right. I think the governor has already issued some communications. We were just advised that here at the studio that he's planning on having an announcement later on this afternoon. I think he's anticipating that the remaining legislation will be approved, will be passed, and headed to his desk for signature and enacted. And, of course, the company is on standby. And along those lines, have the names of the companies? I know this is a joint venture, and that's in the information provided by the MDA. Have the names specifically of the companies been revealed?
They have to us. Now,
okay.
Until this gets passed, I really don't
okay.
want to say whose those are.
Okay.
But they have to us yesterday in closed door meetings.
Okay.
And but no, they were not in the appropriations bill.
Gotcha. Okay, so not for public consumption yet. Totally understand. And so
no, sir. And that'll be for the guest in the morning for Mr. Gallo and for you right after that. And I apologize for not being on video. I don't know if it was Senator England or Senator Sparks that broke y'all's video camera, but
I got you.
I'm on audio.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it sounds to me like, just based on the feedback we're receiving, that this thing is good to go. I think it's a good deal for the state of Mississippi. But as you well know, we've got a number of other challenges that are in front of us that the legislature is going to take up and be addressing. It should be a situation where the governor, according to what he has communicated, is going to sine die the special session later on today, and then it's back to work on the regular session. But you guys aren't going to meet regular session until tomorrow. Is that correct?
As far, I believe that is correct. Yes.
Okay. All right. Got it.
But for a county with 33,000 some odd people like Marshall, now taking my Marshall is a big landmass, but not a lot of population. It's really what a landmark event for them and an economic boost. That,
okay.
It's something special, and the governor should crow about it. He's got. We've had two big projects in both of his terms now.
Yeah,
and hopefully more to come.
Well, I think there is another one coming. I've shared a little bit of information with you about that, and I would be shocked if you don't see something on that communicated inside the legislative body there within 24 hours. So. It's going to be unbelievable, honestly. And so here you go again. We're likely to see another special session to take up that particular project and appropriate incentives and approve the package and the terms and conditions. So it's all good news for the state of Mississippi. As the lieutenant governor said on our air, on his little sound clip, that businesses want to come to the state of Mississippi because it's a good place to set up a business.
Absolutely. We are definitely business friendly. Now, our challenge is now let's get employees that want to work. And with what we've set in motion with the junior colleges, what we've set in motion with the career counselors in the high schools, and I would hope that this brings more technical classes to the high schools.
Right.
We sit in Olive Branch with a premier technical school.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure they'll be working with this EV company on how to get their students involved and job ready. Because, like you know, every kid is not cut out for a college degree,
Right.
and liberal arts degrees don't go a long way in the manufacturing field.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's children out there that need a direction, and these career coaches and these technical schools
they're good.
a way for them to reach that.
We got to go, but we certainly appreciate you calling in and giving us an update, Senator Michael McLendon. Take care, man. We're chatting with Senator Michael McLendon. So please continue your thoughts there. I'm sorry we cut you off there, Senator. You said before we lost you that there was a couple other things you wanted to point out.
Yes, and MDOT has agreed to help with the infrastructure area there on the eastern interchange at Highway 72 and all the access roads. We're looking at $127 million. And what I ask MDA to look at for future projects is that not only do we need to do infrastructure on on-site issues, but we also need to look at, okay, where are these trucks or where are these people going to go from there? If it's leading to a congested area, say 10 miles away, we need to look at those projects and maybe expedite the needs of those, because we don't want to send 18-wheelers coming, however many trucks a day loaded with whatever it might be into congested areas and just add to problems or gridlock in certain areas, and also put more accidents on local authorities. So I've asked them to really take a hard look at when these projects come up, add a little extra money for areas, say, these trucks come south of 69. If we would have thought a little beforehand, when they hit southbound 55, it's going to be a little congested there. And those kind of things there, MDA, Mississippi Development Authority, has promised, yes, we will look at that in future stuff, and MDOT has looked to do the same. So that's what I wanted to add.
Okay.
We're just not looking at site stuff also, but we've got a somewhat of a pledge for them to look at traffic flow and what this will cause and what this is going to do for the areas that's there now and the citizens that's there now.
Okay.
And it's going to be a huge win for all of us.
And so,
and thank you for having me on here.
Yeah, absolutely. So, have you brought your concerns forward, Senator McLendon, to MDA or to the Senate just to discuss these needs you feel like are there with respect to the transportation system, even in your county there, which is obviously going to be utilized in the transport of these batteries coming out of the factory in nearby Marshall County?
Yes, I did. As a matter of fact, Senator Harkins was there. We were there in his office,
okay.
And they were definitely sympathetic and definitely attentive to that. And they do realize, yes, we don't want to just produce a product on site, let's get it, and then okay, now we're just going to what? Is it a bridge that's missing somewhere down here? Is it 22 that needs to be widened possibly from this site to Holly Springs?
Right.
Those kind of things. And had somewhat of a small come to Jesus meeting yesterday in the cloakroom with Senator Whaley and Senator Boyd, and and they agree. Those concerns are real concerns. And Senator Hobson was there as well. And if a site like this went to Vicksburg, what happens there on 20 as you go into Vicksburg, as those trucks go and get ready to go across the bridge. So these are definitely things that they want to look at, and it not only helps us economically, but also with traffic flow and safety. So,
Okay.
a lot of things have been thought out in this project. Talking about the fire station that'll be needed. They also need a big ladder truck, because you're talking about a big building, big warehouses, and different. Depending on what the product is, they come with different issues, and fire suppression will be a concern here, and money is set aside for that.
Yeah, I saw that. I think there's a couple of $1 million that's allocated. Is that right, or 2.8 million?
2.8 million, almost 3 million.
Okay.
Yep. And a lot of this area is volunteer fire, so they'll be looking at that's more firemen now that will have to be there, and probably a full-time fire station with full-time firemen, and that only helps the residents there as well as the business. And being vice chair insurance, I have been a huge advocate for our fire academy, our volunteer firemen, as well as our full-time firemen, as well as all first responders. And this will definitely help Marshall County helping those needs, as well as ambulance service. So we tried to cover all the bases here. So
yeah. Senator, did the MDA or perhaps anybody else that may represent the area that's been involved in the project, did they mention anything about exactly why this Marshall County was selected for this project? I'm sure it was competitive, and other sites across the country were also considered. Did they mention anything about that? What gave Marshall County the edge here?
Well, with the product that's going to be used, it's in the transportation industry, and there is the Mid-South, where Memphis, Tennessee, DeSoto County, Marshall County, Fayette County, Tennessee, is a transportation mecca. And there's a railroad spur there. You have 4 interstates that are literally almost connect each other. And that had a huge play in it, as well as the huge site. Yeah. This site is prime, and it's close to also the Blue Oval City up in Tennessee that is going to make Ford F-150 trucks up there. I don't know if this site will be making batteries for those. I think this is geared more to commercial end equipment, but that had play in it. And we are definitely open for business in North Mississippi. We've got people ready to work, and we've got people that need to be trained to work. Yeah. And maybe some even taught how to work, and which is a lost art these days. Right. And and I think that had a huge play in it, as well as the Mississippi River is right down, right across the county at DeSoto. Yeah. But and an international airport where FedEx is there to ship. So it's a huge transportation hub where we live, and that had a huge plus. Plus, the Marshall County officials, Mr. Hall over there, has done an outstanding job with that industrial site in Marshall County. And kudos to him, and kudos to the supervisors and anybody that was involved, as well as Senator Whaley had a huge part. Representative Kincaid. It's a lot of feathers in both those guys' hats. Senator Blackwell had part of that area as well when before redistricting, and I think he may have had a little piece of helping with this. But it's that's one of the reasons is still close to Nashville, the proximity to Memphis, the Blue Oval City. You got DeSoto County, you got Oxford, Tupelo, roads lead to Alabama, the roads lead south to New Orleans. It's a prime spot. And not only for this, there's 1,000 more acres to go. that could open something else, as well as other mega sites close by. So we're ready and waiting in North Mississippi.
That is totally awesome. Well, we appreciate you hanging around to give us some additional thoughts about this huge win for the state of Mississippi, and we look forward to seeing this thing buttoned up and to some future announcements. Appreciate you joining us, Senator Michael McLendon.
Thank you, sir.